Hey everyone, just gonna go over some gym talk here. And just to be clear, I'm no gym specialist by any means, but a lot of these videos are to just kind of help newer players, just kind of understand what's going on. And, my first tip here is just breathe. Breathe. I know there's a lot that's going on with this game, seemingly between the pilots, between the gyms, between your weapons. And, this is pretty easy for the most part. For a while, I was a little lost in what the heck was going on and how do I set this up and why am I setting it up this way. And, my second tip is, and this goes for the whole entire game, you're going to always want to use your most powerful in most cases between your most powerful gem, most powerful weapon, and so on and so on. So, that would be my biggest tip is, don't get completely wrapped up into this, but we'll kind of go over just a little bit of things here. Ways you can get your gems. You can get your gems every other day, maybe every 3 days. This cutoff supply, which is free if you're logging in daily and paying attention, you can get your gems off this cutoff supply. They do give a couple free ones here and there, which is very, very important to collect. And of course, you can go into the shop, and I'm sure you guys see this gym chest. And just for the sake of the actual game, I will go ahead and buy some of these. And I'll show you guys how to fuse some of this and kind of what's going on just a little bit and explain how I'm getting that red star to my gem. So we'll go back here to talents and the gym. Now, this can get just a little confusing when you're first seeing it, guys. It really looks a little overwhelming, and it's not. It really isn't. If you're really paying attention, there's 3 sets of gems basically to each section here. And so what it's doing is if you look at my gems now, it says 1-star gem, 1-star gem, 1-star gem. And the way this game works is a lot of this, it goes into threes. So you'll need 3 1-stars to make a 2-star. You'll need 3 2-stars to make a 3-star. You'll need 3 3-stars to make a 4, 5, then 6. And, once you get to the 6 and you've made another 6-star gem, you will start to get your red stars. That's what that means. But you heard how I was saying that gem. You need a crap load of gems in order to do this. And so it's very important, again, to do your dailies. I don't recommend rushing out and spending, tons and tons and tons of diamonds on gems unless you're with, a good legion that's sharing diamonds. You can afford to do it. It's not exactly imperative to doing it. Of course, the more gems you have, the more powerful you can get into some of your defense and some of the other things. But, there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can manually do your gems. And I don't really see a super big purpose of the manual way of doing this, if you want my opinion. But you can fuse it now to a 2-star, like I was saying. And because I bought that chest for, the purpose of this video, I will do the auto fuse, and you can see what it's going to do for me. It's going to auto do this for me instead of me manually. And I don't really see a huge benefit to manually doing this because it is kind of what it is. So we will fuse those together, and I have everything basically fused. So, going back to your gems, just take some time to read what's going on. That's really the bottom line to this. And you have your attack cabin, your defense cabin, your support cabin. And if you go into your attack cabin and you go through your gems, just click on it. It's going to tell you right there, main gun attack at a 2-star and 3-star and 4-star and on. And again, like I said, there's 3 different gems in here. So if I click on this one, there's my wing gun attack. So if you're going after your wing gun, you'd want to put that one on. And then your last one here would be your missile attack. So if you see mine, I am a pretty big fan of the main gun. You can't really go wrong between the main gun and the missile. In some of my previous videos, I've kind of proved that the wing gun is your weakest of the weapons, but don't count your wing gun out. I have seen some people really successful with it, but when it breaks down to it, I think your main gun might be your most powerful weapon. It's a little debatable, depending on the ship and missiles that you're using, but I'm a Gold Conqueror fan, as you can tell by the page and most of my videos. And so right here I have my main gun attack. Now I've noticed when you can get two of the same together, you're just going to be that much more powerful with what you're doing. Now you can mix and match your gems. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think in some cases you can lose power by doing that, and you can gain power. So it's just kind of seeing what you have and kind of messing around with this. But I did notice if you can kind of keep those together, you become just a little bit more powerful, obviously, into what you're going after. So I'll embed this, but look at my score right there. And then when I change this back, let me change this back to this. Now watch my score, and like I said, this does have a pretty big impact on your overall power. So kind of careful with how you're putting these together. But again, if you're a new player, just get some in there, mess around with them a little bit, and you will just kind of learn it. But again, your main goal here is just read. Just read what it's doing. Let me unequip this. Sorry, guys. Kind of talking, trying to do this. And so, again, you saw my score. My overall score went down by fusing two different ones. But if I fuse this one back together, you will see my score goes way up there just by putting the right combinations together. But again, if you don't have the two gems, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. My tip again is take your strongest gems, whichever ones are your most powerful gem, put those in there in the meantime. Don't worry about it too much. And again, same with your defense. You can just go through. Again, there's 3 different sets. You have your fighter HP, then you have your fighter dodge, and then you have fighter reduced damage. So any of those are going to be great. I look more for the dodge, and I do look more for some of the other stuff. The HP is important just because again, going back to what I'm telling you, just because my gem is more powerful on my HP, of course, I'm going to put that one in there. But, you're going to arrange these the way you feel more comfortable and whatever is working for you. And again, my biggest tip is just take your most powerful gem and put it in there. And of course, your support cabin is the same way. Just read through it, guys. Fighter against aerial enemies, including players, attack plus 30. I mean, you can never go wrong with that. And then go to the other one. Just read it. This is for your ground enemies. And then your other one would be against bosses. Now, your boss, again, is an actual Titan. The Titan is a boss, even though it says strong foe. Your boss attack is actually what's going to give you a higher range. So I kind of really go after the boss attack. The 2 main elements to this game is the Titan and Planet Wars. And so, some other players go after the ground pretty heavily because those ground lasers are a pain in some of those missions. So, just sit here and, just have fun with it, guys. And again, take your most powerful gem at all costs, especially if you're a newer player. And, just mess around with it a little bit. But, breathe, read what it's saying. And last but least, I'll say it one last time, just have fun.